Welcome home, Raiders. This week we have the latest data of rating in Mists of Pandaria, but what does it mean? We have more solo rating vids dropping this week, and could BlizzCon be changing? And a lot more. This is Convert to Raid number 122.
You're listening to Convert to Raid, the podcast for raiders in the World of Warcraft.
The Convert to Raid Command Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today is December 8th, 2013, and it is now 11:18 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining us from all around World of Warcraft land. And hello, my name is Pat Crane. I'm your host of the show. I'm also called Zug around Airy Peak, U.S., and I'm still raiding, of course. Last week was a little bit of a disappointment. We'll try to get to that as well. But the players are here, so let's get to them. From the Emerald City now. The Emerald City, Serene Seattle. I don't know what we're calling it yet. Slippery Seattle. Something.
Slippery Seattle. I like that one.
All right, it's Darius. Hey, man.
Welcome to my wonderful world of boxes. Seattle is made up of boxes.
Is that a new video game, World of Boxes?
Yeah, World of Boxes. It's like Minecraft, except way worse.
I like it. So you're kind of getting there with being moved in and...
Kind of. I spent way too many hours last night digging through boxes just to find enough to get all this stuff set up so I could record today.
Awesome.
So it's a mess. If I was to open the door behind me, everything would just come falling through probably, and it would just be a sea of boxes and packing paper. But so far, so good. It's a beautiful city, and I'm digging it here. So
Awesome. Well, let's get to our... Funky Monk now. I'm just going to go with Funky Monk from now on.
Yeah, more Raging Mage.
From Hollywood, California, it is Coltrane.
Fortune cookies say...
Oh, boy.
When a trinket gets upset, he needs to cool down. Huh? He needs to cool down.
I live closer to you now, so
he's fired up.
So now, yes,
I might have to drive down there.
Come on,
lots of booze. I see lots of booze.
What?
I see an ouch.
He needs to cool down.
2 out of 10 bongos.
I got 10 out of 10.
And this is what I get. I come back.
Somebody
to this.
give me some bongos.
Oh, you got a cricket. Look at that.
There we go. I got a 10 out of 10 bongos. I'm happy.
You got a 12 out of 10 from some. What? 12 out of 10.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't
that was
do
sent
that.
to me via the tweeter. That was sent to me from oh boy, this is tough. SESSHOMIROTH on Fenris.
I lost it. I have
Sesh Homaroth.
Session. What is it?
Seshomaroth.
Oh boy.
Boy, you guys and these names. I mean, I get it. You know, Legolas is taken, but you don't have to go with that. My goodness.
Oh, yes. All right. So thank you for your participation. However, the actual fortune cookie...
Sorry, you do not win this week.
No, you don't. You don't win. That is not a win.
And you know it.
No, it is not. Stop it.
Need to cool down.
All right. Well, this week we're kind of getting back to regular business, kind of. Darius is back. Welcome back from your moving. And...
Yeah.
And good luck on moving in. What else has been going on with you this week, though, buddy?
So wow. What is that? In the last 2 weeks, the best I've done was to sign on and check a couple auctions. Once on a Sunday, and that was it. I haven't started the game up really at all. It's just been very, very busy moving and unpacking and getting all that stuff squared away. It has been good here, though. I want to give a huge, massive shout out to a guy named Ian. He's a listener of the show, and he lives here in Seattle, and he actually picked me up at the airport and helped me get my cats.
That's
and everything.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah, it was huge. And it turns out the first guy I meet in Seattle happens to be a listener of the show, a WoW player, and a huge soccer fan. So we've hit it off pretty well.
That's cool.
And it's just been great. Really great guy. That's awesome. I can't say thank you enough to him. So
that's great. I heard you guys just sit around and listen to the Top Gun soundtrack.
Yeah,
Take
we
my
do.
breath away.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Oh boy.
Do do.
Just the slow songs, not any of the action.
Yeah, just the slow stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Just sit around and cuddle.
Right. You're by the like song machine, and he goes, "Hey, Darius," and you're like, "Oh, hey, this could be complicated. The first time it was a crash and burn. Oh yeah, how about the second one, Darius? Well, I don't know, but it's looking pretty good so far." Yes.
Oh,
very
man.
romantic.
Have you been
it.
watching us? Because that's exactly what we were doing.
I dig it.
Oh, that is
Weird.
so funny.
I dig it.
That is so funny.
Actually, when he picked me up at the airport, he gave me his phone number, and I was texting, and I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm in a black jacket, I got a black backpack, I'm over by this thing," and he responds, he's like, "Dude, I know what you look like. I watch you every week."
Oh
Right.
crap! And then you go, "Oh crap!"
It's like,
Right.
right.
And I'm
What?
right behind you.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God!
The call is coming from inside the house.
It's inside the house.
That's a little creepy.
But
That's
for everyone
awesome,
asking, both the cats made it. The dog hasn't made it yet. She's still back on the East Coast. So I can figure out a way to get her over here. And both the cats made it fine. One of them was actually in emergency surgery last week. He had some complications with some teeth in his mouth.
That's
Unrelated to the travel though. So it's been a tough week because of that. But he's doing all right now.
But recovering now and doing
yeah. He's more annoying than possible.
awesome.
That's great.
So
That's good. That's good.
but other than that, it's just been a lot of boxes and a lot of packing paper
Right.
and a lot of eating fast food and eating out and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Fat and happy, baby.
yeah.
Fat and happy.
Speaking of fat and happy, Coltrane.
How dare you?
How was your week, buddy?
Well, actually, to speak to that real quick,
Yeah.
I had to put back on my fat jeans.
Oh my! Oh no!
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I lost like 30 pounds, and then I went out and I bought new jeans, like skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Felt great.
Yeah.
And yesterday I had to go back to the fat jeans.
You gotta get the ones with spandex in them.
Yeah,
That's what you
the
need.
drawstring. Yeah, no, I know,
Yeah.
but I can't really wear those to work. So I've gained all that weight back and then some. So I'm back to the fat jeans. That's all right.
That's not the most awesome thing. I don't
No,
know.
it's not. But anyway, let's talk about World of Warcraft.
Right.
Because that is what we are here to do.
Sure.
And WoW has been great. I've been spending a little time on my monk named Wok Fu.
Where is it? There it is. Oh, hold on. That's way too
we
low.
start
That's
this
way
over?
That's way too low.
All right, here, we're going to rewind.
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
We can't do that
Yeah.
on the video feed.
Right.
So, spending some time on my monk named Wok Fu. Wok Fu! Yeah!
All right. Sorry about that. I'm getting used to the button pushing. I think the top of the show went really well though. That went
One
really
button
well.
You had to push.
And then I forgot to reset my buttons so that I could actually push them again. So,
Right.
that happens.
So spending time there on the monk,
Yeah.
really enjoying it. Going to switch my off spec now. I'm going to try a little BM, little brewmaster. It looks pretty sweet, I got to admit. It looks like a very active tanking type method. I want to kind of get into that. And as a windwalker, I can pretty much use the same gear for a brewmaster.
Right.
That's great. I don't need to get a whole nother set of gear.
Right.
So
Darius,
I'm happy about that.
Darius, how are our brewmasters right now?
In the last 2 weeks, I don't know.
Well, I mean, just in general right now.
In general, they're doing pretty good because their stagger ability means very consistent, like predictable damage. So it's they're actually doing really well. There's a lot of groups that are solo tanking a lot of stuff in Siege that should be 2-tanked with a brewmaster.
Right.
So they're in a good spot.
Right.
That's great.
So,
But the big news, though,
yeah.
there's some big news.
Yeah.
So as some of you may know, Ghostcrawler had his last day on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
His last day at Blizzard!
Right.
So we here at Convert to Raid thought, well, the best way to read off some of the final tweets from Ghostcrawler would be in my robe. Yeah. A little gin and coffee to make me feel naughty. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Don't mind the robe. It certainly doesn't mind you.
His farts are legal tender in Syria.
Welcome to Rogue Talk, Ghostcrawler's Leaving Edition, where we reveal the final tweets from Ghostcrawler in my robe. Yeah.
He doesn't show up on sonar.
Old GC, yeah, you know me, had this to say. Obviously, I won't be talking about WoW as a developer, and I won't be talking about the new game yet, so we can discuss the weather in my robe. Yeah.
It takes 3 ninjas to cut his hair.
A colleague summarizes my job. You make changes. Therefore, you make changes I don't like. Therefore, I don't like you. It's the internet. Opinions appear larger than they are in my robe. No.
He built the world's first time machine, then forgot when he parked it.
We would like to thank Ghostcrawler for all the amazing things he did for this game and for the Warcraft community. Thank you, Greg Street. You will always have a place in my robe. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Built
Yeah.
the first time machine and forgot when he parked it.
Right.
That was one of my faves.
I like that one. That was one of my faves too. And 3 ninjas to cut his hair, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's not easy.
That's pretty standard stuff.
It's pretty standard.
So Darius, you actually didn't get to weigh in on the Ghostcrawler thing. What were your first reactions when you heard about that?
I mean, he's done a lot for the community. He's done a lot for us,
really
podcasters, things like that. He's
Yeah.
He's been really good. So it's sad to see him go. I don't understand. There's a lot of hate going around for him and him leaving and all that stuff. I don't understand any of that at all. I don't know what's up with people and why they're acting that way. But.
I think part of what it is that that's who responds. Like a lot of people just kind of look at it and go, "Oh, that's sad," or good luck in your future, Greg, and thanks for helping out the game, and then you have everybody who wants to say something. They want to say something like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah. I am angry about something."
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
It's the internet.
It is.
I don't get it.
And
But-
if you notice, like a lot of people that are like, "Good thing you're leaving, Greg," it's like account created yesterday with one tweet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, that's the thing about the internet that's also bad is you can be anonymous. So you can say whatever you want. You know what I mean? And that's actually the bad part of the internet.
Right.
Is that.
Right.
It's people!
Well, and he should be used to it by now. I mean, if anybody has a thick enough skin to kind of deflect that stuff, it's him.
I wish him all the best. And I liked one of his last tweets. I think he said something like, "No, you won't get a moose. You're not going to get." He basically named off all the pets that he said people were going to get over the last years, and he was like, "You're not getting any of these now."
And then he said what class he played. Right. This is in his forum post. And then he said that he plays a holy priest.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and then you got to wonder.
Disc.
Then you got to wonder why they were in such a bad spot for a while.
No.
He couldn't even balance his own spec.
Oh, jeez. Well, now we can no longer blame and yell at Greg Street. In fact, now we have a new person to yell at, and he goes by the name Celestalon.
Blame, 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 blame. Celestalon, Celestalon, blame, Celestalon, Celestalon.
So everybody's going to be singing that from now on.
Yes.
So please, everybody, sing along with the blame song.
Blame, 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 Celestalon, Celestalon, blame, Celestalon, Celestalon.
So
Celestalon!
That's right.
Woo!
That's right.
Yes.
So
Celestalon! He's our new guy. He's in our sights.
that's right. Now,
I don't care what Blizzard says. I'm blaming him for everything.
No, that's fine. The thing is that we need to make sure that Celestalon is kind of like the class guy. He's he's the technical game director, so he works on a lot of the system stuff and stuff like that. He's not actually taking over Greg Street's position at Blizzard. Right. But he is now the guy that's really vocal on Twitter, and he is kind of the guy for class stuff, for system stuff in general, and he's the guy kind of taking over the Twitter responsibility.
Yeah, I mean he responds a lot. He tweets a lot.
He really does.
He responds to questions like boom, 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 and he seems like a great guy. But I'm still going to always blame Celestalon.
Blame
Welcome to the internet.
Celestalon. Blame Celestalon. Celestalon.
That's right. So
Celestalon.
we gotta get our mileage out of that while we can before the internet rebels against us for making it. Which will be in about, I don't know, like 10, 15 seconds. I'm guessing.
Right. Some people are saying ringtone. That needs to be a ringtone. I agree.
That'd be a great ringtone. I'll send it to Celestalon
it to him,
as a ringtone. And I'll say, here you go, buddy. Here it is. Right. I just need to find out his email.
Every time he gets like a Twitter, question, then it'll go off. That'll be perfect.
Oh, yeah, just a Twitter alert?
Yeah, it's a Twitter alert.
That'd be great. It'd be going off all day long. That'd be awesome.
Poor guy.
Before we get into rating news, we should probably talk a little bit about the movie. Woo! The WoW movie, because there was some action this week on the WoW movie. Isn't that right, Coltrane?
That's right, baby. Yeah. There's some big time action. They announced the cast.
Yeah.
The cast for the Warcraft movie.
At least some of them.
Well, yes, that's true.
I don't think this is all of them, but it could be. Could be a short movie.
It's just a short movie. It's a short film with only 5 cast members.
Yeah.
Right. They haven't announced Mel Brooks yet. He's supposed to, play a character. I don't know who, but he has a main role, Mel Brooks. So we'll see.
History of World of Warcraft, Part 1.
Right, exactly. But cast reveal, Ben Foster.
Yeah.
And he's awesome. I don't know if you guys know Ben Foster. I think a lot of you do. At this point, he's a phenomenal actor. He's got this great pained face. He does I'm struggling well. You know what I mean? Internal struggle. I don't know. I'm excited for Ben Foster.
That's what he's really known for?
Well, internal struggle.
Yeah, internal struggle.
He's just a good dramatic actor. You know what I mean?
Right.
He can really bring the heat.
There's some actually really cool actors in here, and they're kind of up and comers, so you don't necessarily, they're not household names yet, but they, this is a movie that could really make their careers really awesome. I mean, and they all have some action experience. I mean, Paula Patton was on Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. We have Tony Kebbell from Prince of Persia and Wrath of the Titans, and
Toby.
Is it? Sorry, Toby.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said Tony.
Oh, God. I don't know what the hell I said that for. Anyway.
Right. But Rob Kazinski.
Yeah.
Now, this is a big one, actually. So Rob Kazinski is from Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
He was the real cocky guy in Pacific Rim. He plays World of Warcraft.
He does.
Big time.
Huge WoW player. He posted his /played, and it was some ridiculous, 500 hours or days.
No, it was days.
500 days, yeah.
It was 473 days or something like that played. I'm what? What is that? How can you get that? I don't know.
He said he had every class to max level at, I think it was 80, 85, and then he's got 5 or 6 level 90s.
Yep.
Right now.
Crazy.
And he said
that's awesome.
He also tweeted that he plays a DK and he's not a scrub.
Right. He's not one of the bad ones.
Right. So
gonna end up come January, February, March, we're gonna find out that the shooting has actually been pushed back because Rob is raiding, or Rob stayed up too late grinding dailies.
They released the latest raiding patch, so we gotta wait until that's cleared.
New expansion comes out, they have to delay it for a couple months.
Right. But that's what I love, is because he was talking about how he's so jazzed about his role. Now, again, we don't know what he's playing or what his character is, but he's super thrilled about it in jazz. And that's what I dig too, man, is he's a Warcraft player. He's one of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's just as geeked out as we are. about this whole thing.
Sure,
So,
He's gonna get it.
And I know that we've kind of seen a lot of people that play World of Warcraft working on this movie. How important is it to you guys that somebody from the cast or the director or whoever is actually a World of Warcraft player of the game? What do you think?
I think it's key, personally. I think that's amazing. That reminds me of like Lord of the Rings. Like when they were making the first Lord of the Rings movie, everyone was so geeking out and jazzed, and like they're really into it. And like I remember at the Warcraft movie panel, the head visual effects guy, he was like, he plays WoW, and he was talking about all the little things about WoW that only a WoW player would know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's certain things that like WoW players know, right? Like little things. And he knew all of those. And so he's just as jazzed and pumped up. So I think that that's pretty key when you've got people that are in the universe and in the world now working on the movie. It's like you're going to, you're pumped up. You're passionate about it. You're going to go that extra step because this is Warcraft, baby, know, and you're into it.
Right. Darius,
I think that's key.
What do you think?
No, I completely disagree with Colt on this. I would much rather a bunch of LOL players make the movie. No, I think you have to. When it's a movie like this and there's so much fan service that has to be made for it to be a really good movie, not just a movie we threw together that has some orcs and humans and we happen to call it Warcraft. You need people that play, that get it, that get those little things that are going to mean the difference between a really great movie and just another medieval action movie.
Right. No, you're right. And I'll tell you, an actor, though, I'm looking forward to, Travis Fimmel. He's from Vikings.
Right.
And he was awesome on that. That's actually a really good show. I got to admit. I remember it was on when there was like a lull in like Game of Thrones or something. I started watching Vikings. I was like, hey, this is a great show. So I'm actually really excited to see what Travis Fimmel is going to bring. Because he was has great presence on Vikings. So I'm pretty pumped for what he's going to bring.
And another rumored actor is Dominic Cooper. He played Tony Stark's dad in the Iron Man stuff, I believe.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Another could be a really good actor. I mean, as far a good actor for World of Warcraft. So
the thing that I kind of like about this is these aren't like big name stars. So when you see this, you're not like, oh, well, that's so and so, but now they're dressed up like this. Like I know them. Right. I kind of like it that they're kind of like, these are known guys, but they're not like known. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I can see them as these characters. Right. I don't see them as someone else playing a character. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
No, I totally get it. Well, I was looking at The Onion news network the other day, and it said, some insecure guy is pretending to be somebody else, somebody that he's not, and it was a picture of some actor. I'm like, you don't want that. You want it to kind of believe it, right? You want to be able to really believe them as that character, not as some other big character that they've played before, right?
Right.
So
exactly.
They also pushed back the date. It was supposed to come out Christmas next year, 2015.
Yeah,
2015. Sorry. And now they're pushing it back to March because they don't want to compete with Star Wars.
It's probably a good decision.
Right. That's probably a good call.
Yeah.
I don't care what movie you are, you're not competing with Star Wars. It's just not happening.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was talking about on Legendary this week. I was saying this is the exact opposite strategy of how they do their video games. I'm like, because they would totally go ahead to. Do you think Star Wars was like messing with them? They just go, oh, you know what? Warcraft is going to be there. Why don't we just like show up on their doorstep?
It's like, oh, really? You reserved that weekend? Boom! How about that?
Let me drop this bomb on you, Blizz.
But I think that's good because, I mean, all of us, we're all geeks. We're all nerds, right? And I guarantee a lot of us are also Star Wars nerds. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that'd be pretty torn on that opening weekend.
They could sell some double packs. You get, for the price of one ticket, you get both movies. But no, not anymore.
No, not
But I'm good
anymore.
with the delay. And also it gives a little bit more time to work on the movie too, which is great. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good thing. Nobody wants to compete with Star Wars. I don't care who you are.
No, nobody really does. All right. Anything else about the movie? before we move on to actually rating news?
Looking good. Getting
All right.
excited.
All right, let's hit it.
Calling all raiders from around World of Warcraft land. This is rating news.
All right, it's time to check out what's happening with rating news around World of Warcraft. And first up, we have some news stats from MMO-Champion where they've been doing some data mining on achievements and of players completing raids and so on and so forth. And they have some more information for us, an update, if you will, on the on all of the raids for Mists of Pandaria. And Darius, let's kick it off with you. What first impressions? And this graph is basically, it's a sliding down graph, right? I mean, it's just kind of like it starts up pretty high and then it goes actually really low.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it's understandable because you always get more people at the beginning of expansion that always come back, try it, play for a little bit, and then it drops off. So the fact that, 75% of the people that played killed Shaw of Anger, almost 80% killed all the bosses in Mogoshan Vaults, or at least a boss, I guess, in Mogoshan Vaults. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. But then you get down to Siege of Orgrimmar, Wing 4, and you've got maybe 10% of the active players have killed at least something, or I don't know if it's something or everything. I don't think it says on here. In Siege of Orgrimmar, Wing 4. And this is across LFR, Flex, Normal, Heroic, everything.
Right.
What strikes me in here, though, are the amount of people that have killed a boss in Siege of Orgrimmar, Wing 1, that haven't killed Celestials or Ordos. We've got 40% of active players have killed something in Siege of Orgrimmar Wing 1. Right. But you've got barely 30% have killed the Celestials, and about 10% have killed Ordos.
Yep.
Now Ordos, it makes sense with the legendary. Maybe not as many people as we think have the legendary, or they just don't want anything over there. But even the Celestials, where they're right there on the Timeless Isle and they're always in combat, not even, maybe about 25% of people have actually killed that. That's surprising to me.
Right. Yeah, it does seem a little bit weird, and maybe that's why in the latest update, in the latest hot fix, they actually lowered the health of the Celestials initially anyway for lower group sizes.
Mm-hmm. If you look, I mean, even if you compare the Celestials to the old world bosses like Galleon and Undasta, Galleon is 60% of the people, and then Undasta is maybe 45%. And then you get to Celestials and it drops to 25%. I mean, it's a huge drop between the world bosses of each tier. I'm not sure why people aren't killing those world bosses, but and this is gonna happen. It's a little sad to see Siege of Orgrimmar Wing 4 and only about 10% of people have cleared something in there. I mean, those are numbers that they saw back in Firelands and Dragonsoul before LFR, or I guess Firelands. That's what they were talking about. Only 5-10% of people saw the content, and that's what they're seeing now. Now, the thing that's hard to gauge on this, though, is these are active players. These are characters that they've data mined from the Armory.
Right.
And this could be, I mean, I've got 9 alts. This could be my main has cleared all of this, but then my alts haven't. So that stuff like that's going to skew.
Well, they did say that this, now that achievements are account wide, they can kind of figure out what the accounts are, how many accounts are actually clearing this stuff instead of just by random players on the Armory. So the data they used was from 7.6 million characters from 2.9 million accounts. So this is actually quite a large sample. This is a very, very large sample. And I think it's kind of telling as far as where people are at with rating right now. And I think we've seen this before, where at the beginning of an expansion, we have a high amount of people going through this stuff, and then as we go through the expansion, through whatever it may be, they just kind of peter out at the end.
Well, also, I'm wondering about time. Also,
sure,
I mean, people have
that
had a lot. Mogoshan Vaults was here from the beginning.
Yeah.
Siege of Orgrimmar just came out. I mean, it didn't just come out, but it's still, believe it or not, somewhat newish. You know what I mean?
Right.
It hasn't been out forever. So I almost wonder if, too, this is just a time thing that maybe as time goes on, these numbers will go up. But I will say, I mean, you're right. At the beginning of an expansion, everyone's like, boom, ready to go. And at the end of an expansion, it always kind of peters out.
Right.
And then a new expansion comes and boom, we're right back where we started. So I think it could be a little bit of both.
Yeah. And it could be that LFR ruined it for everybody. No, I'm just...
Hey!
Probably.
Well,
What are you talking about?
I'm just going straight to the stereotype of LFR ruined WoW. Let's just do that. That's what. Celestalon!
I would have really... I would have thought that the numbers in Siege of Orgrimmar would have actually been higher than Throne of Thunder because of the addition of Flex. But they're not. The numbers are much, much lower, almost half in most cases of what they were. And I think that's really, really surprising.
I mean, I hear a lot of great things about Flex from everybody around the guild, from lots of people that I talk to. And it seems like lots of people are doing it. It's just maybe they're not completing it. And I don't know why that is. I mean, by now, I think that most people have gone through. I mean, most of the regular raiders and stuff like that have gone through on Flex. No big whoop. But maybe there's some teams out there, more casual teams that are maybe haven't completed it yet. So
yeah, there's still some people that are struggling on these bosses. Even on Flex. But it's nice with Flex that they can group up with their buddies and have it grow and shrink based on how many people, which is great.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think that Flex Wing 4, not the easiest. Old Garage.
No, he's not the easiest. I mean, that is a long fight. That is a very long fight. And
it's a decent amount of time.
And
LFR Wing 4, holy cow. I mean, my goodness gracious. I wouldn't wish that on any man or woman.
Yeah, I know. And I think that they really need to do something with... Well, I know that they are doing stuff for Warlords, for LFR, making it into what Ghostcrawler called...
Don't say it.
Tourist mode. I gotta say it. He said it. It's just a quote. That's what he said. Yeah.
I'm gonna blame Celestalon for Ghostcrawler saying that.
Sure.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Right. Just go ahead and
blame. Celestalon.
So let's just blame him for everything that Ghostcrawler said. Yes, let's do that.
Everything, all the things. I blame Celestalon.
Exactly. But I know that they're doing stuff for Warlords, and they're going to make it easier. And I think that right now LFR is probably too tough, considering that we have Flex mode, and that probably did take away some of those heroic raiders normal and heroic raiders that normally did LFR. They went to Flex instead. So without even looking at LFR, I know that I'm one of them. So,
right.
So it happens. But LFR seems kind of tough.
LFR is a good thing, though.
That's the big sticking point for this patch.
Peace out. Right.
I would have thought with LFR and Flex and all that stuff, you would have seen just more people killing at least Wing 1 or something like that, more than 40%. That's what I would have thought. It's kind of it's kind of strange.
Give it time, baby. Give it time. Give it time, baby.
That's the only thing. Well, and we will have a lot of time. I guess that brings up another question. Now that Darius, for the Asparagus Initiative, we've killed Garrosh, and now we're working on heroics. I mean, that was normal mode, sure, but now we're working on heroics. By the way, last week did not go well for heroics.
Oh, really?
It was horrible.
Like a Mercius?
It was horrible. It was just like nobody was on their game.
What?
We had nobody. We had some scrubs come in and help. No, they weren't scrubs. They were very nice people. But we had some people come in because Darius was not there.
Yeah, let's just say how it was. I wasn't there.
Right. So we're gonna blame Darius now.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he wasn't there. But we had some issues, and we were just like after a bunch of wipes, we were just like, screw it. Let's just clear on normal, get as far as we can, get some more loot, and blah, blah, blah. And the trinket still did not drop for me. Ugh. I don't know. I don't know who to blame.
Maybe
I should do that.
Oh, the glory. boy.
Trinket
The
did not
glory.
drop for me, Celestalon.
Yeah, Celestalon. Thanks a lot.
So I don't know. All right. But we should probably move on, and unless you guys have anything else on this chart.
No, we're good, baby.
All right, okay. Well, let's talk about the person that's known for soloing content.
Yeah.
Is it Ragewin or is it Ragwin? I never know how to pronounce it.
Ragewin sounds better than Ragwin.
Right, it really does.
Ragewin.
Death Knight solo of Dark Animus 10-man normal. Darius, run us through this thing.
It's pretty clever. I mean, at the beginning, he activates it and then immediately pulls Dark Animus and just does a lot of kiting of the tiny little guys until they all get their anima sucked out of them and they're no longer a threat. And then he just tanks the boss and deals with the abilities. The anima ring ability, he has to get hit by that, which does a significant amount of increased damage, but I think he just cooldowns through it and self-healing, and it just takes him a long time to do it. But it's not too bad. It's pretty straightforward, but pretty clever. So
Right. And
good job.
It just looked like, I mean, once he got everything kind of stabilized, it was actually kind of, from the video perspective, it was kind of boring. I mean,
he just does the same thing over and over again for about 10 minutes.
The ring happens, he goes through the ring, gets one of those little blobs on him, and then just steps through, and all right, here we go. This is what I'm
crazy,
doing
though.
the entire time. Yep.
Soloing?
Yeah.
You know, he's a DK, right? I actually heard that that's Rob Kazinski. I heard that's actually him.
That's
Ragewin.
Rob? Wow.
That's Rob Kazinski.
Wow, he is not a scrub then.
No, not at all. That's proof.
Right.
There's, did you guys last week, did you happen to talk about the warlock that soloed a Mercius?
We did.
Oh, yeah.
We did.
Okay.
That was pretty cool,
I think
too.
that was more impressive, than
That was
this.
like
I mean, this is still really impressive, but
that was like a 45-minute fight, too.
yeah, it
warlock-
took him a while.
God. I don't. At least getting to a Mercius as a warlock would be easier than at solo than getting to Dark Animus as a solo DK.
So you're telling me that a warlock could solo a Mercius, but Uzug with 9 other people could not take him down?
That was heroic.
Is that what you're saying?
That was heroic. Number
All
one.
right.
Oh, and number two, you're right.
You are correct.
That could not happen. That could not happen. So Darius, I'm going to go back to you because I think that you might know this. Are there any other solo bosses attempts that we're going to see in the next couple of weeks here? We're starting, these are popping up all over the place. Are there any other ones where you can take a look at the boss and go, somebody might be soloing in this soon?
I'm not sure. I haven't been paying attention for the last couple of weeks as to who's trying to do what. But as far as bosses that you can solo, I mean, Mercius wasn't one I would have thought you could have soloed.
Right.
But he managed to, so, we'll see.
Right.
See what pops up. I think we'll start seeing more Throne of Thunder solos pop up now that people get, crazy amounts of gear and whatnot.
Yeah.
People are creative, man. They're into that stuff. You know what I mean?
They really
Creative
are.
use of game mechanics. I don't get it. I don't know what
I don't
to do.
get it, but then again, you also don't theory craft or
That's right.
do any of that stuff. You go, what am I doing? Okay, I'll
Right.
do that.
I accidentally cast buffs rather than rushing Jadewind.
Right.
So I'm not the guy. I'll
Right.
tell you that right now.
Exactly. All right. There was also something in the news this week about Weak Auras 2, Darius. What was going on with this? You're kind of our computer nerd as well.
So all that happened was someone figured out a way to write a script within Weak Auras that if you imported it, it would, when you went to a mailbox, it would mail all of your gold to the person that gave you the Weak Aura.
What?
That's awesome.
Are you kidding me?
So like all of your gold would just be gone.
It was pretty simple too, but it was pretty malicious. They've since patched it. If you update your Weak Auras, it's been patched. There's a rumor going around that there's still a way to do it, that someone has figured out another method on how to do it, but all that means is just don't import Weak Auras you see in trade chat and you'll be fine.
Right. Right. You do that from a friend, not from somebody, some random guy in
Well, now
trade
hold
chat.
on a minute.
Middle of
because-
an LFR.
Right.
But some of us, we go to like websites, like we'll go to like MMO-Champion or something like that, and people will post like a string and you'll import that string.
Right.
And now you're saying I'm going to import some string and lose all my gold?
Well, the guy that creates weak ores is really receptive to this. When he found out about the first one, he patched it within hours.
Yeah, it was right away that he got in there and did something about it.
Well, I hope so.
So every
insane.
Every time one of these happens, he's fixing it. So just make sure you keep weak ores up to date. Upgrade to the latest version, weak ore 2. I think this might have only been happening in weak ores the first
original
one. Yeah. So just make sure you're updated to the latest versions. And just be careful who you import from.
Yeah.
Because weak ores is pretty powerful. It does have a pretty good automation engine in it.
Which is why people have strayed away from power auras.
Oh,
So watch it.
Jeez Louise.
Watch it, Colt.
Can you imagine you go to your mailbox, you're like, oh, I'll just check my mail. My gold! And it's just gone? That's crazy.
It's just like, don't open emails from that Nigerian prince that wants to mail you 2 million gold. Or $2 million.
Don't take candy from strangers. Except on Halloween, of course. That's the only time. Any other time, no. Don't take scripts from strangers. Strange folk. Yeah. There was also something that happened this week from the BlizzCon wrap-up, I guess. They did a little survey about, maybe what could lead to the future of BlizzCon, really. And the question was, imagine a future BlizzCon experience that separated the convention floor from esports tournaments. Okay. So might they be going down this route where they're going to say, oh, if you want just esports, you can just buy this ticket. If you want the convention, you just buy this ticket. If you want both, then that's the maximum price of $4,000 for the ticket.
Yes. That's confirmed.
Right, $4,000 for next year's BlizzCon.
Right.
If you want
Celestalon confirmed $4,000 for next year's BlizzCon ticket.
So now, guys, is this something that you would want from BlizzCon, or do you think that this needs to be all together, or what? Colt, what are you thinking about as far as this goes?
Well, I'm not a huge esports guy, mainly because I don't understand it. I don't know what the heck is going on.
Right.
I don't know what's going on. I watch these arena matches, and they're going, and all of a sudden the announcer goes, oh, and then blah, 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 and then, okay, what just happened? Like, all of a sudden they get really excited, and they start screaming, and then someone dies, and, oh, that's it, GG, GG,
It's just like watching Conan, that Conan bit that he did at
That
BlizzCon.
was hilarious, by the way. That was awesome.
It was a good time.
You guys need to look that up.
But then he was always like, I have no idea what happened.
Right. That's me. Mine is the red hair and the extremely wonderful talent. That's me. But I don't know. Me personally, I respect it. And those players, these guys are like the best of the best.
Yeah.
These arena players, this stuff with StarCraft, everything. These guys are the best of the best. And I respect them for that. But I just don't have much interest to it because it's just not what I do. I'm a PvE guy. I'm not a PvP guy. So I'm not really into the esports arena type thing. So if this were to be the case, if I could just do convention stuff and it's a cheaper ticket and I can just do convention and not esports, great. I'm happy.
Yep.
Cost me less.
Darius?
Yeah, I'm all for it too. I mean, if I want to watch any of the esports stuff, I will usually go back with the ticket and watch it online, the DirecTV thing. Mm-hmm. But watching it in person, it's almost always conflicts with some other panel or something else I want to be doing, like standing in a line waiting to play a game. So if I can pay less, like Colt said, and get the same experience that I was already getting and just watch the esports online or something like that, I'd be all for it. Yeah. Anything that lowers that ticket price, which is already crazy.
As long as I could get the virtual ticket and go back for it if I so choose, then yes, I'd be totally game for it. Because I think that makes a lot of sense. If you just want the esports stuff, and I'm sure that the people that love the esports stuff and love the convention hate this idea. I'm sure of it because they're like, wait, hold on a sec. People are getting cheaper tickets.
It just means that the guy that only goes for esports is now going to have a $9,000 ticket.
Well, hold on a minute.
He has to pay for all the prize pools. We're not anymore.
But he would also have the cheaper ticket as well because he'd just be buying the esports ticket, right? So he pays less.
Someone's got to pay for all the prize pools, so it's got to be that guy.
Right.
It's probably Dave.
And yeah, exactly, Dave. Dave. If you guys don't know who Dave is, we love Dave. Well, Dave. But he just does not get it. He doesn't his play style is just all wrong.
He means well, but
the little engine that could.
Right.
And he puff,
he's
the
not
little engine that couldn't.
Right, really. Exactly. He's
that's not nice. We have to be supportive of Dave.
He's the guy on the raid team that we all blame.
Right.
But
when we're not blaming Celestalon.
When we're not hold on a sec. You want to blame who?
Blame Celestalon!
It's too bad that Celestalon's real name is Chad. If his name was Dave, man, that would be perfect. Change your name to Dave, please. We need to continue our bits.
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know. So yeah, I'm sure that the guys that really want to see both. I know that like Olivia Grace would probably really not like that because that would mean that she has to pay more, for both sides of things. I don't know.
Well, I'm wondering if they're just going to keep it at $150 for both, and then maybe $90 for just one. You know what I mean? Like, are they really going to go up? I mean, $150, like Darius was saying, is pretty high. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's a little steep.
It was $175 for this last one, right? So it was $175.
It was $175.
Yeah, it was $175. So if it's $175 for both sides again, then maybe they would make it at like $100. Then that way they're making more money per ticket, right? They're almost making more money. I don't know.
How, that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense at all.
I'm sorry, but that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Right? If they, I don't know. Whatever. The
problem is you don't even see the price. You don't even see the price because you're clicking so dang quick to get a ticket.
That's true.
You're just like, go, check out.
Right.
Wait, what? I paid what?
Right.
It's insane.
Yeah. What it could mean though is it could mean that the price goes down, but they bring in more people by moving the esports stuff to another building or, a separate floor or something. So now the show floor is twice as big, allowing twice as many people to go. And now you're paying $75 instead of $150.
Although they used the entire damn convention center.
But they filled a lot of it with esports stages and,
they'd still
chairs.
Need to do that, wouldn't they? They'd still need
they'd just do it somewhere else.
Oh, so like have it like a different site?
Yeah, or upstairs, or across the street at the Hilton.
Totally divide everything. Yeah, have it over at Disneyland.
No, it'd be Disneyland. Over at the Carl's Jr. across the street.
Oh yeah, I support that. Yeah. I would pay extra for that.
Yeah, it's just in a tent.
Yeah, burgers and arena play. Don't bother me. I'm raiding.
That would be.
Don't bother me. I'm PvPing.
That'd be good.
But if they could do something like that, get more people in there, then they could have a lower price. If you're not, doing the esports stuff,
right? But they would need to figure out the space because otherwise it doesn't make much sense.
Well, and then they
at my house,
right?
It's got to be in a separate location too, because how are they going to have people like, whoa, stop, let's see your badge. You can't go to this part of the convention,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? There's going to be like people could just walk freely from esports area to convention area, so.
Right, they're gonna have to do. They're gonna have to do what they did over at PAX, and then have it open up to across the street, right?
Yeah.
So,
that's PAX is bad for that because where PAX is, Penny Arcade Expo is way too big for the Washington State Convention Center. So it's also in the hotel down the street, in the hotel past that, in the convention, and then it's in the
theater, like 3 blocks down, up a hill, and
basically PAX is now downtown Seattle,
right?
So. There's a lot of walking.
Yeah, pretty much all of it. Oh boy.
We get BlizzCon. We'll turn into that.
Right. Yeah. Other than this stuff, it's been a really quiet week at WoW.
What?
It's been like extremely quiet, and I think that they were all just kind of gearing up for Ghostcrawler's going away party, which was Friday.
I emailed them. I said all at blizzard.com and said, hey guys, I'm moving. Could you guys go easy on the news and stuff like that?
Sure.
And everyone was like, yeah, we totally don't worry about it.
Right.
That's really great.
Right.
That's really great.
I'm glad they did that for me.
I heard, by the way, I did hear that Ghostcrawler's going away party was held at Dave & Buster's.
Right.
So, I mean, what else do you do for a video game company? You go to a place where there's lots of video games.
That's right.
And booze. You got to like that.
Yeah.
So with that, we are going to go into some Q&A stuff. What do you say, guys? Let's do it.
We've got mail.
We do. And if you have a question about anything for us about rating or anything else, just let us know. We'll try to answer it on the show. You can email us at converttoraid@gmail.com, or you can call our raid line, 612-787-RAID. That's 7243, by the way. Or you can join us during the live show. Try to flag us down, and we'll see if we can get to it. Okay. So, Coltrane, you want to start us off?
Sure. This is from Richard Kearney J on Twitter. What's the highest level tune you deleted?
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's an 85 mage. What?
Right.
He did what?
Right. Yeah.
That doesn't say mage.
It does. It says mage.
It says mage.
He deleted an 85 mage?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'm just going to keep going.
All right.
Even though I'm in complete shock.
Okay.
Realize he just didn't like how they played /Hunter Love.
Yeah. I like this guy. We're cut from the same cloth because you know what? I deleted an 85 mage as well.
What?
I did.
Are you kidding me?
I totally did.
Zug, not you. Not you, Zug.
And I do not have one regret.
Oh.
I don't have one.
Not you, Zug. Not you. No, Zug. No.
It's true.
Really? An 85 mage?
Yep. Leveled him up in Cataclysm, got all the way up to beating down Deathwing, and I said, nope.
Oh,
I do
was
not
this
like
at least like a recruiter friend that you leveled up?
No. It was, you got to remember, in Cataclysm, leveling up an alt was super, super easy. I mean, it was just one of those things that you did. You were like, yeah, I've got, like 2 hours. I can get this level 1 up to level 50 or whatever the hell it was. And so you just go for it. I mean, and I had full heirlooms and everything, and it was just so simple. So simple. I don't know. And what about you guys?
There's nothing simple about playing a mage, or is there?
And it was Arcane Mage at the time, and Arcane was, it was Arcane. Darius, how about you? What was the highest level tune you ever deleted?
I think the highest I ever deleted was like a 35 or 40.
Once you get to that point, that's where you stay?
I think it was a warrior, actually. It was just, it wasn't enjoyable for me. And now I've since leveled another warrior to like 65 or 70 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I've got multiple accounts, so it's easy to just not run out of character space or anything. But I don't think I could delete a tune that high, put that much time and effort into it. I mean, maybe I could probably delete my mage, but
I could probably delete my mage because I really don't like it at all.
Yeah.
All this mage hate. So Coltrane, how about you? What's the highest level tune you deleted?
I deleted an 85 Hunter, Zug. Yeah. Too easy to play. Lame class. Deleted.
Yeah.
Leveled him up through Cataclysm. It was so easy to do, and then I deleted him right when he hit 85.
Right.
It went chong 85, and I went, hey, Zug, delete. Confirm,
now,
delete.
I actually played the mage all the way up to defeat Deathwing, and then I said screw it. So at least I gave it some time.
Yeah. No, I deleted an 85 Hunter. No, I think like, this is going to sound crazy, but the highest I ever deleted, I think, was like a 23 rogue named Lurch.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a
I like
undead rogue named Lurch. Isn't that a clever name for an undead?
Yeah.
That was good.
That's not bad.
But yeah, 23 only 23.
I have a tendency.
I usually play my guys. I play them up.
I have a tendency to play like normally when I play a new character. Like I played a rogue and I played him up to like level 50 to really try to get a good feel for the rogue. And then I said, this is not working. And so I deleted it. And then I did that with a priest once as well. I brought it up to about 45 or 50. And I said, this isn't happening. And since then, I've started up a new priest, and that one's at level 55. And I'm not going to delete that one. This is the one that I'm going to try to level up in this lull time before the expansion. I'm going to try to level him up to 90. Even though
I have so much time. What is going on?
I do like a couple of levels at a time. So I mean, it's not like I'm power leveling or anything like that. I'm just casually just kind of going for it. But
right, and then deleting a mage.
Yeah, and then deleting mages. Then deleting mages. That's what it's all about.
All right, I'm depressed. Let's move on. This is insane.
All right, Darius, you want to take the next one?
Sure. This is from Curtis Latimer. Okay, I'll go with that on Twitter.
Sure.
Okay. What achievement in game are each of you most proud of, and which achievements do you still really, really want?
Coltrane, you got any achievements that you're really super proud of?
I do actually. There's one that I'm super jazzed. It's a title. It was The Undying.
Oh yeah. You got through the safety dance.
No. It's not safety dance.
But it was all of it.
You have to clear all of Nax without dying.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's no longer available in the game.
Yeah. My team went for it, and I'm going to call him out on this show because I know he listens. Turt. He was actually at BlizzCon, and I got to meet him at BlizzCon.
Nice.
And I got to blame him there as well. Because we tried forever to get that, and he would always stand in the poo during the safety dance.
Oh, right.
It's not cool, man.
Right.
He would always end up dying. Turt! I blame you!
Right.
I'm not going to blame Celestalon on this one.
I almost blew it for our team. We were fighting, I think it was Thaddeus. That's the plus and minus guy, right? The electricity. I think it's Thaddeus, right?
I think so.
You this side is for pluses, this side is for minuses.
I remember
is that
the fight.
right?
I remember the fight. Yeah.
Well, I missed the jump. You got to jump across, so I missed the jump. I'm like, yeah, and then landed right in the slime. And everyone's like, Cold, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just hauling booty, trying to run back, and my health is just ticking down. And it was like one of the final, it was like the last wing we were doing, and I was going to blow it for everybody. But luckily at the last second, I got out, and then I waited, and then I jumped and made it. So it was really close. So I almost blew it for everybody.
Nice work.
Yeah.
How about you, Darius? Any achievements that you're really proud of?
It's hard to pick out just one. I mean, there's a lot of achievements that it's hard to say, like heroic boss kills that were world first, world second, world third. They don't show up in the achievement, but those obviously I'm really, really proud of. Things like that. It took me a long time, but doing like World Explorer before there was flying, things like that. But anything that's really specific, I've been looking through right now, and I can't come up with much that just sticks out as an achievement that I am the most proudest of.
What about titles? You have any titles you're loving?
I've got a million titles. I'd probably say one of the ones that took the most amount of work too, that I really love having now, and I'm glad it's done, is What a Long Strange Trip It's Been.
That's the one that I still want. I mean, the problem is the world event stuff is just.
Yeah, they're the worst, and I'm so glad it's over. When I finally got it, my last achievement was the PvP achievement for Children's Week. And I had gotten everything else for What a Long Strange Trip. What a Long Strange Trip It's Been, for those that know, is all the holiday events, all the achievements for all the holiday events. And there's a Children's Week one that happens in April. And the PvP portion of it ends, I think, like Sunday mornings at 3 a.m. Or East Coast time. I thought it ended Monday morning. For 2 years in a row, I thought that for some reason. And I always thought I would do the PvP stuff on Sunday. So I had to wait 3 year from the end of all of the other achievements to that one to finally finish it. So when I had set a bunch of alarms and like calendar notes and had people remind me and stuff when it finally came up.
That's awesome.
That sounds horrible.
So that was very frustrating.
Right.
Somewhere in there too, I had, because one of the Christmas achievements is like eat a fruitcake that you get as a present. Well, or do something with it. And I had done the thing you weren't supposed to do with it for a couple years as well. And I kept petitioning GMs and being like, can I just get another one? And they're like, nope, you might get one next year. I'm like,
better luck next year, pal. Nice.
So that achievement took the longest, just mostly out of my own stupidity.
Right.
But years and years and years for a giant meta like that is, I'd say that one I'm probably the most happiest to have and have done.
Right.
Yeah.
That is the most happiest one that I am glad to be done with.
Right.
And I'm still not done with that. So I'd love to just magically get that. So Blizzard, if you're listening, just give everybody that. Damn it, just do it.
It's always everyone's got that story where they've got 1 or 2 achievements for that whole meta that they haven't finished, and every time you hear it, it's in their voice. It's like, oh, I don't want to do this. I never want to do this. I hate PvP, or I hate this quest, or whatever. And
yeah,
right.
See, now I don't have a particular achievement that I'm really proud of, or Dragon Slayer is kind of one of those cool ones that I like the title of Dragon Slayer. You have to defeat Sinestra, right? And so that one's pretty cool. But I do have, I'm going to change it up, and I'm going to say the mount that I am gladdest that I have is the Headless Horseman mount. Mm-hmm. That is the best mount in the game as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Because
it's a nice one.
It's just so it's like the wings don't get in the way of anything. You don't have to worry about it. It's just nice and sleek. You can get through every single doorway. And it's also a ground mount. So I mean it's a it kind of works for both. It's great. So for some tunes I have it. That's the only mount that can actually happen for that particular tune. So
right.
I don't know. That's all I got. Now
the one I really want, just super quick, is Hand of a Doll. I've always wanted that.
Oh,
what's that one?
I always want Hand of a Doll. I love that title. I love everything about it.
I can't remember. What is that one?
I don't remember.
That's for. I want to say
this
that's
is something that I've wanted.
Web.
It's something to do with like the Shadow Moon Valley. You got to like do something, and then you got to go to Black Temple or kill Vash and KT.
Yeah, it's man.
I don't know. I want that title.
You can't get it anymore, and it was taken out.
You can't get it
4 or 5 years
anymore?
ago. No, you can't get Hand of a Doll anymore.
What? Are you serious?
Right.
Oh man.
Right.
Oh jeez.
Because
Celestalon.
The chat room is talking about it being attuned to BT and Hyjal.
Yeah, it was part of the attunement for Black Temple, but
and there's no more attunements, right? So they kind of took all those out, didn't they?
Yeah.
So
there might be some way to still get it, but I don't know.
Therefore, you're screwed, pal.
If you've got the quest, maybe you can like still turn them in and get it, but other than that, I think you're done.
Maybe. It sounds cool.
That's upsetting. People are deleting 85 mages, and now Hand of a Doll is out of the game.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Thanks, Celestalon.
Okay, we have a question from Casey Campbell via Twitter. I want to make alts, but afraid I may want different race with new models. So as the new models come up, he's like, I might want a different race if I start one now. Should I wait, or do we get free recustomization? And the answer, my guess, is no, you do not get anything free. So...
I think they've come out and said that they're not going to do it, but they'll look into it. So if that's something that you really want, if you want to make an alt and you want to have the new models, I would wait.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to allow... In fact, I think they actually did come out and say, we're not going to like, when you log in, you're going to be like, now you can free recustomize your dude. It's just you're going to log in and this is your new dude.
Right. Well,
and I hope you like his dude.
And from everything that we saw at BlizzCon, it was the soul of your dude. Corey Stockton was talking about the soul of the character is still going to be there. You're still going to have the same kind of basic look, I think, just amped up a lot. And like things like, orcs won't have just teeth and no lips anymore. They'll actually have like a real face. And dwarves and the dwarves looked just a lot better. And there's things like the hairstyle and the beard, whatever it is, you can change those anyway. Just go to the barbershop. So I don't think that there's going to be that big of an issue.
But they did look kind of the same. You know what I mean? When they showed the before and after, it's like, that still looks just like the guy, but just better. So,
right.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any free recustomization.
Right. Now we have another one here from our Facebook page, Coltrane.
Ooh.
And I don't know if people know that we actually have a Facebook page, but we do. I've started using it again.
Good.
And I've been posting up weird videos.
Right.
It's cool.
What's this social media thing?
Do we really have to read this one?
Oh, this looks. In fact, you know what? I would like Darius to read this
All right,
one.
Darius, can you read this lovely question from
Yes,
our
please.
Facebook page?
Darius,
This
go
is
right ahead.
From Facebook, and it says, "How can I stop repeating Coltrane's amazing fortune cookies at home, at the store, in guild, or in general chat? There are more fortune cookies than a Chinese joint. Please help."
Right.
That's
so,
right.
So this person is clearly looking for some serious help.
Yeah,
Because
if they've got this problem, they need help way beyond
Because
what we
they
can
really
provide.
want to stop repeating your fortune cookies. So please, everybody, stop repeating his fortune cookies. Get some.
Mr. Pancanque, compadre, you're my friend. You know what this man just did? He brightened my day.
Mhm.
I was a little down and out in Beverly Hills. I'm not going to lie. I got 85 mages getting deleted. No hand of a doll.
Right.
But old Mr. Pancanque.
Well, I think it's
Brought this
Mr.
Coltrane
Pancake.
up.
I think it's Mr. Pancake.
I think it's about time we shut down the Facebook group if this is what's going to come out of it.
Well, we do. There are weird videos up there, though, like of garage.
Let me tell you something, boys.
Yeah.
You mess with Coltrane's asparagus, you're in for some trouble. It's urine.
I need. Where is
like
Where is the boo button? I have
You
so
see-
many buttons. I don't have a boo
See?
button. I need.
I don't know if you were aware of this, but Warlock firemen say stop, dot, and roll. Eh?
Can you have the power to mute him? You can stop this.
Oh, the glory! The glory!
No
I'm
one.
in a great mood.
Hey, Darius. No one can stop the train.
That's right, baby. Choo choo, mofo! Choo choo! Yeah!
So nobody can stop the train.
Woo! Yes!
I need to go on an extended leave.
Yeah, you're probably
It's
right.
too much.
You're probably right.
It's the best show ever.
All right. Now, Colt, why don't you take the next question? This one is from our wonderful Gmail.
All right, this is from Spaz Wesson. Hey, CTR crew. I was thinking about how Blizzard won't give us a new class with the Warlords of Draenor expansion. So do you ever think they will ever say, that's enough, that's all the classes for WoW? Because I doubt they will keep adding classes, as it will be pretty easy to run out of ideas for new ones, also with races. Because they'll run out of ideas for new ones. Also, with races, at what point will Blizzard run out of serious races and classes to introduce? How many expansions down the road will Blizzard resort to ghouls, demons, or murlocs as a race, warlord, bard, or engineer as classes? Just wondering what you guys think.
All right. So we're talking about releasing.
Didn't read that very well.
Well, that's all right. He was talking about when they release new classes, when they release new races. When is enough? Darius, when is enough?
I mean, I think right now they think they're in a really good spot. So I don't think we'll see. I mean, we're definitely not going to see any new classes in the new expansion. We might not see it in the next expansion. But to say that they're going to run out of ideas, I don't think you can say. I mean, this is Blizzard and this is Warcraft. This is their universe. They can do whatever they want. They don't have to. It doesn't have to be ghouls or demons. They can come up with new things that we never thought of before. It's that's what they have done. So I don't think they'll run out of ideas ever. As long as you've got someone like Metzen running the joint.
Well, and right now, I mean, it does seem like they, with the introduction of the whole gear thing, right? So you have the whole gear thing where you're changing it up and you're making sure that everybody can play their spec the way that they want to, or their class the way that they want to. This is almost like they are saying, since you will be able to play every spec of your class with this new gear, this is almost like opening up every spec as almost like a new class. It feels like it's brand new again. You know what I mean?
I think that's a really good point. And that's something they're going for with this expansion.
Yeah.
And it's definitely going to help. If they threw another class in there and another race or something like that, you would just be so overwhelmed with.
I'm disappointed that Murlocs aren't in there.
They will be someday. They'll be the champion race.
And Spaz, Murlocs are pretty serious. I don't know if you know that. They are really serious.
They're pretty hardcore.
That's right. Especially when they swarm on you. Anyway, Go ahead.
I still think that the best race that they should add are the like dragon men, like Drake, like okay, imagine like lizard guys like with a tail, and then you can like instantly turn into flight form. Like that'd be a cool race, I think. Like a Draco, like a dragon man.
Like a dragon man.
Well, maybe a cooler name than Dragon Man, but you know, I mean, it's a little bit better than Condor Man.
I need to get the. I don't know if you guys ever watched Strong Bad, but they had Trogdor. He was a dragon man. Anyway, I might bring that up later.
Well, Sorok, yeah, Dragonkin. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you very much,
Dragon
Rankin 12. You're like Dragonkin. That'd be cool, man.
Yeah,
a lizard guy, you got a tail, and you could like instant flight form. Be awesome. But as far as classes go, I think everything feels very balanced right now. And, you know, you get like monks, they were the new class.
Yep.
Every single patch, there was new mastery. You know what I mean? And monks had to relearn. I mean, the mastery changed every single patch. And I think, personally, the mastery feels good right now, and I hope it doesn't get changed again, but, you know, who knows? But, you know, with a new class, remember DKs? When they first came out, they were OP, baby.
That's right.
They were insane.
And when monks came out, not so much.
Well, that's although Mistweavers, I think, were
Mistweavers
awesome.
They were good off the bat, and then they kind of nerfed them into the ground.
But
I think a lot of classes, you know.
I think it brings up a good point, though. Right now, I don't feel like we need another class. You know, at the end of a lot of expansions, I felt like, you know, maybe we could use for another one or something like that. But right now, I don't feel like we do.
Right.
You know, I don't have that burning desire to play something new. Like, I like what they've done with all of the classes I do play, and I think it is in a really, really good spot.
Right. Now I think let's do one last one here. Darius, you want to take this one from Blood Count?
Sure. So this is from Blood Count on Deathwing US. That's where my main is. So.
Hey!
Hello from Deathwing.
There we go.
Hey, CTR crew, love the show, and I've been an episode 1 listener.
We're very sorry about that, by the way. We're extreme. We must apologize if you've been listening since episode 1.
Holy for holies.
I would like to welcome Darius to the Deathwing server. Hope he enjoys it as much as I have since launch, and I have so far. My story I would like to mention, though, was something I thought Coltrane would appreciate. Man, why is it always about Coltrane?
Yeah! Because you can't stop the train.
Uh-oh.
Yeah! Oh! Yeah!
I'm just not even going to read the rest of the email. So with last patch, Drull upon us, I have been leveling in alt, Rep Pally, and I finally got the gear to do LFR, so I queued for the first wing. I got in, and the abuse that the tanks were experiencing, I could not keep quiet about. So I stood up in the raid and said, hey, you guys being jerks to tanks is the reason that we wait 45 minutes for a tank to queue up. And if you're so awesome, let's see you tank. The rest of the run went much better with less abuse. And after the Shaw of Pride went down, both tanks whispered me and queued with me for the other 3 wings. If we could all stand up for the tanks, I think we could see queue times go down drastically. Thanks. Hopefully my LFR success story can be shared with the CTR community.
And it has. So thank you, Blood Count. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. I like that.
I agree. What is it? That has nothing to do with Coltrane. He isn't. It
has everything.
Oh my goodness.
No, but it's a great thing. It's like we gotta help each other, people. That's what our job is to do, is to help other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
if we could get all of even a fraction of our listeners to do what this guy did, and it can at least spread to 2 other people, then we can make the community a lot better.
Absolutely.
If you tell a friend and then you both tell a friend and then they tell a friend,
yes,
then
we're gonna pay it forward.
Wait. Right. The prerequisite there is I have to have a friend to tell in the first place.
Yes.
So.
Yes, having a friend would help.
Right.
Crap.
Well, I'll be your friend, Darius.
That would definitely help.
Okay.
And together we will pay it forward along with Haley Joel Osment and Kevin Spacey. Very old movie.
Really?
No, but that is kind of cool. I mean, we've talked about, even in the show, we talked about the stereotype of, LFR being a little toxic. Mm-hmm. And it definitely can be that way. And yes, I think that there's a good point here. Tanks aren't queuing up as much, in part at least, because they know that it can be toxic. And they end up being the recipients of that. And who needs that? Which is why my sentiment of blame the pure DPS always for everything wrong happening in LFR holds true.
Wow.
Because you can easily replace those guys. I mean, just the pure DPS.
You were doing so well. You were doing so well, Pat. And then you threw in the DPS.
I know.
Well, here's the thing. I was in LFR and we were doing protectors and good old LFR, right?
Yeah.
Starts up. No one says a word, right? Everyone just kind of buffs up. Somebody lays down some food. Then TY for food, Yeah. And then we pull and everybody wipes. And then everyone starts yelling and screaming. And then one guy says, all right, this is what we need to do. Get so-and-so down to 60%, and then blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. When you hop into an LFR, just type out the strategy. If somebody would just type out the strategy, don't ask, who hasn't done this fight? Because no one's going to answer, because if they haven't, they're too embarrassed. They don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. So just no matter what, just type out the strat. We're going to get this guy to 60%, then we're going to switch to this person, then we're going to switch to this person. And everyone can read it and be happy, and everything will work so smoothly. At the beginning of every fight, you be the one to type out the strategy for the rest of the raid group, for the LFR, and you'll have success. And we got to help each other out.
There's so many add-ons out there that do that now too. They just give you a button and they say, hey, I see you're on Nazgrim. Click this button, and it pastes in chat what everyone's role is. And even if two people read it that had never seen it before, you've now made two raiders better. And that goes a long way. So it's with the add-on, there's no effort involved whatsoever.
Right. Do we know the name of that add-on by any chance?
I just saw one. I will look whilst you banter.
Boss Notes add-on does that. The chat room is saying Boss Notes add-on does that.
That's what it's looking like. There, let me check the other chat room. We've got so many chat rooms. I've got so many buttons. I don't know where I'm going anymore.
Holy cow.
This is craziness. I tell you.
Looks like I need to spend more time with my monk named Wok Fu.
Wok Fu!
Yeah!
The sounders just keep flowing today. I don't know what's going on.
There's another one that just came out called Crash Course. It works for all of the LFRs and Timeless Isle world bosses and things like that. And it also does a really good job of putting in clickable abilities and names and stuff like that. So
that's great.
All of those are on Curse, though.
Yep.
Yeah, but we got to help each other out, people. We can't get upset at each other. We got to help each other. We can all get through this together.
That's right.
That's the big lesson here. We can do it together.
Together. Just remember, get along. It's all okay.
Pay it forward.
Haley Joel Osment.
Can think of that movie now.
Kevin Spacey.
Right, exactly. All right, we should move on, and we should actually probably move on out of this show. But before we do, let's give some 5-star reviews, and let me start up Derry's favorite music. There we go. Woo! His favorite music as we do these 5-star reviews. And Darius, why don't you kick it off and do the North American ones? We're going around the world today.
So we have Zurich from the US of A. Mm-hmm. We have Mike iTunes from Canada. We also have Thine Rage from the Great White North.
Yeah.
Canada. Also America's Hat.
America's Hat. Yes.
America's Hat.
You want to take the ones from the UK there, Colt?
I don't think Canada likes to be known as America's Hat. If I were Canadian and I heard that, I mean, I think Angry Orc is Canadian.
He
so
is.
He's already angry. I wouldn't get him even more angry.
Don't taunt him.
Right, whatever you do. In the United Kingdom, we have Bulwar, the Millwall Ninja, and Ragnus.
And from Australia, we have Dream of a Super Coach Team.
Wow.
That's all one word. Dream of a Super Coach Team. And More Dots from Australia. More Dots. Classic video. Maybe I'll have to post that up to our Facebook.
I'm sorry for everyone in Germany and Russia and other countries that don't speak English. None of your names were in English. Some of them not even in
any kind of lettering that we can describe.
Yeah. So sorry for not pronouncing your names, but we do appreciate it.
We definitely appreciate it. We cannot do this show without you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to rate us on iTunes around the world. And thanks for your feedback. Thanks for all the questions today because there was no WoW news. We're very sorry.
This keeps up, we're going to have to start making stuff up.
That's right. But please feel free to join in on every single conversation we're having at any time. And it's time to bail on the music.
You're just going to just bail out? Bail out of that?
Yep, just going to bail right out of that. And I'm going to play, I'll play this one. There we go.
Ooh, I like this one.
I like this one too. This one's one of my favorites. Now, you can always email us at converttoraid@gmail.com. You can call us and leave comments and questions on our raid line, 612-787-RAID. That's 612-787-7243. You can follow us on Twitter at converttораid or individually, isn't that right, Coltrane?
That's right. You can follow Pat Crane at Pat Crane. You can follow Coltrane at _Coltrane. And you can follow Darius at Bored Mind.
That is right. And you can always join the Bazooba Guabo Nation by heading over to converttораid.com, where we have show downloads. We have our videos up there as well as on gamebreaker.tv. I just want to make sure they're in both places. It's the same thing. It's all good. And you can... we have a bunch of stuff. Tons of links for Raiders, and there's a lot more. There's more coming as well. Isn't that right, Darius? There's more coming on that website.
Yeah. Yes, there is. There's
once
a lot
we can
more
get to
coming.
it, once you get settled in Seattle, and we've got some things to figure out. But
a lot more coming for converttораid.com, the whole Signals Media thing, and if you're in the guild, some really good stuff coming.
Yeah, the guild stuff is over there as well. So if you're interested in the Convert to Raid guild, it's converttораid.com/guild. And you can apply for the guild or, whatever, and check it out. Check out what's going on over there. And it's
check out Gamebreaker. Gamebreaker.tv, baby.
That's right. We have lots of websites for you. Gamebreaker, they're awesome with the video content. We've got
they're like the CNN of video games.
Right.
And that's kind of what they are.
And Colt, we should probably actually say, I know that Gary and I kind of talked about it on Legendary on Thursday, but we're actually going to be doing a new show. Gary, you, me, on Gamebreaker, and that should be phenomenal. So,
yes.
And it's actually, I think it's actually going to be called Gamebreaker.
What?
I think that's what it's going to be called. So it's a new show with you, with Colt, me, and Gary, and you can check it out after Legendary. Woo! That's going to be a marathon night.
That's going to be like midnight your time.
Yes, I know. It's going to be a marathon night for me. I don't know if I can handle it.
It's good for you.
But that is going to do it for the show. We hope you guys had a good time. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. And we will see you on our next show, which is going to be next week, Sunday, 11 a.m. Central. And for all the guys at Convert to Raid, bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yay.